Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the Washington quarter dollar, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Have you ever wondered if there's a coin hiding in your collection right now that could be worth more than your rent, more than your car payment, maybe even more than your entire monthly income? What if I told you there's a Washington quarter from the year 2001, not just any quarter, but one that came straight from a U.S. mint-proof set, that could sell for thousands upon thousands of dollars? Yes, thousands. This isn't a myth. This isn't a collector's dream. This is real, and it's happening right now across the United States. People are digging through their proof sets, pulling out this one very specific coin, and discovering it's worth more than they ever imagined. Let's talk about this coin. The 2001 American Washington quarter dollar. On the surface, it looks just like any other quarter, George Washington's profile on the front, one of the state designs on the reverse depending on the version, and that classic silver shine. But what makes this coin so incredibly valuable is where it came from, not from circulation, not from a pocket or a cash register, but from an official U.S. mint-proof set. These proof coins are not your average coins. They're struck with extreme precision. They have mirror-like backgrounds, frosted raised designs, and a sharpness that you just won't find in your everyday change. Proof coins are made with collectors in mind. They're carefully struck multiple times using specially polished dies and planchets. And when they come out flawless, without any scratches, no discoloration, no imperfections at all, they're like miniature masterpieces. And in the case of the 2001 Washington quarter, when that coin comes out of the proof set in absolutely perfect condition and gets professionally graded, its value explodes. So why is the 2001 proof quarter so special? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC assign scores to these coins, usually ranging from 60 to 70. And if your 2001 proof quarter scores a PR 69 or PR 70, especially with a deep cameo designation, meaning it has that frosted design and mirrored background, you've got something serious on your hands. These are the coins that collectors are hunting down with everything they've got. These are the coins that are making headlines. And these are the coins that are being sold for thousands of dollars in real-world auctions. Now here's where things get wild. Some of these 2001 Washington quarters from proof sets, again, we're talking about coins in perfect PR 70 deep cameo condition, have sold for absolutely jaw-dropping prices. Imagine finding a quarter in your proof set, sending it off for grading, and hearing back that your little coin just sold for $2,700. That alone would be incredible. But that's just the beginning. Because at the very top, when the coin is flawless, perfectly preserved, in high demand and low population, it can sell for as much as $39,000. Yes, you heard that right. A Washington quarter. From 2001. Worth $39,000. Think about what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off debt. Buy a new car. Go on vacation. Or just stack it and enjoy the feeling of having cashed in on a hidden treasure. And what's even crazier? That treasure might be sitting in your home right now, in a proof set you've forgotten about. Maybe it's tucked away in a drawer, a closet, or a box marked old coins. Maybe someone gave it to you as a gift years ago. Maybe you picked it up at a garage sale or an estate auction without even knowing what you had. But now, after watching this, you know what to look for. That 2001 proof quarter isn't just any coin. It's a potential payday. And this isn't one of those impossible finds like a 1943 copper penny or a colonial-era coin buried in the ground. These proof sets were sold to thousands of people. They're out there. They were made. They exist. You just need to take the time to look. Examine your proof sets. Check the 2001 quarter. Look at its surfaces. Does it have that mirror-like feel? Is the detail sharp? No scratches, no cloudiness, no toning? Then you might just have something very special. Send it in for grading. The cost of grading is nothing compared to what this coin could be worth. And once it's graded, and it comes back with that perfect or near perfect score, you'll know. You'll feel it. You'll have a coin that other collectors will fight over. And the best part? These coins don't stay hidden forever. They eventually surface. And when they do, they make headlines. They sell fast. And they bring in serious money. So don't ignore your proof sets. Don't overlook that 2001 quarter. Don't assume it's just another coin. Because hidden in that shiny little piece of metal could be your next big payday. And not just a couple bucks, but as much as $39,000. Start looking today. Because that quarter, the one from the 2001 U.S. Mint proof set, could be the key to turning your coin collection into a fortune. Remember the numbers. $2,700. All the way up to $39,000. For one quarter. Now go check your proof sets. Your treasure might be waiting. Top 2. If you've ever looked at your old coin collection and thought, these are probably worth nothing, then hold up. Because one of the most overlooked coins, yes, the 1971 Washington quarter dollar from a proof set, might just be your ticket to an unbelievable cash payout. We're not talking about a couple dollars, not even a couple hundred. We're talking about thousands. This is one of those stories that coin collectors dream about, and it's very real. So if you've got a 1971 proof set sitting in a drawer, hidden in a closet, or tucked away in an old shoebox, this video is your wake-up call. Let's set the stage. The year is 1971. Proof sets are being minted by the U.S. Mint in San Francisco. These aren't regular coins meant for circulation. These are specially made, high-quality proof coins. Struck with extraordinary precision, using polished dies and planchets, they shine with a mirror-like finish and feature razor-sharp details. And sitting right in the middle of these sets? The Washington quarter. Now here's the part most people miss. While millions of proof sets were produced that year, only a tiny fraction of the quarters have what collectors go crazy for: flawless condition, deep cameo contrast, and absolute perfection. And when I say perfection, I mean no scratches, no milk spots, no smudges, nothing. We're talking about coins that look like they were struck just moments ago, frozen in time, pristine and untouched by human hands. If your 1971's Washington quarter proof is graded by a top-tier service like PCGS or NGC and it scores a deep cameo finish with a grade of PR 69 or, better yet, PR 70, then you're sitting on an absolute treasure. Because this isn't just a nice coin anymore. This is elite. This is what collectors fight over in high-stakes auctions. This is where the money pours in, and let's talk numbers. One of these coins, in perfect PR 70 deep cameo condition, has sold for a staggering $69,000. Yes, $69,000 for a single quarter. Not made of gold. Not encrusted with diamonds. Just a flawless example of American minting excellence. A coin that was originally packaged in a cheap plastic case with a bunch of other change, and now it's worth more than some cars, more than a college tuition, more than a year's salary for many people. Even if you don't have that top-tier PR 70, don't walk away disappointed. Because coins in slightly lower grades, like PR 69 Deep Cameo, are also selling for thousands. I'm talking $2,700. That's $2,700 for a single quarter that most people would overlook or leave buried in a dusty box. And the demand is growing. As collectors compete to complete their proof sets with top-graded coins, the prices are rising, and the supply is drying up fast. Think about it. You could be holding one of these rare gems right now and not even know it. You could have inherited a proof set from your parents or grandparents. You could have picked one up at a flea market or garage sale for next to nothing. And hiding inside could be a coin that could change your financial life. This isn't some fantasy or hype. These are real auction results. Real coin collectors and investors are spending thousands for the chance to own one of the best preserved 1971 proof quarters in existence. And every time one sells, it sets a new benchmark. It raises the stakes. It creates even more buzz in the collector's market. So the next time you come across a 1971 proof set, don't ignore it. Don't pass it up. Take a good, hard look at that Washington quarter. Examine it under the right light. Look for that deep cameo contrast, the frosted design popping out against the mirror-like background. And if it looks flawless, don't hesitate. Get it graded. Get it protected. Because that little coin could be worth way more than you ever expected, and here's the best part. These high-value coins aren't hidden away in museums or vaults. They're in homes just like yours, waiting to be discovered. People are finding them every year, sending them in for grading, and cashing in big. The question is, will you be next? Don't wait. Don't assume it's just a common coin. Because if your 1971's Washington quarter from a proof set is the right one, you could be holding a coin worth anywhere from $2,700 all the way up to $69,000. Yes, that's the value. $2,700 to $69,000. From one single quarter. From a simple little proof set.so, start checking your collection. Start flipping through those old proof sets. Because fortune isn't just for the lucky, it's for the ones who know what to look for. And now you do? Top 3. Have you ever stumbled across a simple-looking coin in your collection or pocket change and wondered, could this be worth a fortune? What if I told you that a 1985 American Washington quarter, yes, just a 25-cent coin, could be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars? This isn't a dream or an exaggeration. Real collectors, real auctions, and real money. So stay with me, because you might just be holding on to something far more valuable than you ever imagined. Let's dive straight into the mystery and value of the 1985 Washington quarter dollar, especially the one that came from a United States mint proof set. This isn't your everyday quarter. The proof version of the 1985 quarter is a stunning collector's coin, sharply struck, mirror-like finish, and crafted with extreme precision, not meant for circulation. These proof coins were only sold in special sets directly from the U.S. Mint to collectors. But sometimes, somehow, they find their way out into the wild. And when that happens, the value skyrockets. What makes the 1985 quarter so special? First, it's all about rarity and condition. The proof version, especially the one made at the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark, was not supposed to leave its sealed case. If it did, and it's still in pristine, untouched condition, the coin's value can go through the roof. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some of these 1985 proof quarters have errors. That's right, minting mistakes. It could be a double die, a wrong planchet error, or even a coin with missing details or off-center strikes. These types of coins are incredibly rare and highly desirable among serious collectors. Imagine owning a coin that shouldn't even exist in the form it's in. Now that's a jackpot. And the coin market? It's hot. Coin collectors across the U.S. are desperately searching for rare Washington quarters, and demand is higher than ever. Combine a rare proof coin, an error, and mint state condition, and you've got a winning ticket in your hands. Auctions have proven this time and again. 1985 Washington quarter from a proof set, flawless condition, deep cameo finish, perfectly preserved, sold for an eye-watering amount. And this wasn't a one-off event. As grading companies like PCGS and NGC continue to certify these rare examples, the value just keeps climbing. Collectors know what they're looking for, and when a gem like this hits the market, the bidding war begins. So now you're probably wondering, how much are we really talking about here? Could your coin be worth it? Is it time to check your proof sets, your old drawers, or even that inherited coin collection? If you're lucky enough to have one of these ultra-rare 1985 Washington proof quarters in flawless, untouched condition, especially with an error or deep cameo contrast, the price tag could absolutely blow your mind out. We're not talking small change here. We're talking about collectors paying as much as $2,700 for a rare specimen. And the rarest, highest graded examples? Those have been valued at an astonishing $79,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple quarter. From 1985. Worth up to $79,000. So don't ignore that shiny 1985 quarter in your drawer. Don't assume it's just 25 cents. It might just be your golden ticket. Check the condition, look for the S mint mark, see if it's still in proof quality, and if you spot an error, get that coin graded. Because that little quarter might be the biggest treasure you've ever owned. And if you enjoyed this discovery, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, And drop a comment below if you think you've got one of these valuable coins. You never know who might be holding a $79,000 coin right now. Top 4. If you're watching this right now, stop everything you're doing, because the coin we're about to talk about isn't just another quarter in your drawer. This one could change your life. I'm talking about the 1995 Washington quarter from a proof set, a coin so rare and desirable in perfect condition that collectors and investors across the U.S. are scrambling to get their hands on it. This isn't pocket change. This is powerful money in disguise. Let's dive deep into why the 1995 proof Washington quarter has become one of the most talked about coins among American collectors. First, understand this. Proof coins are not like the coins you get in your change. These are premium, high-quality strikes produced by the United States Mint using specially prepared dies. They have a mirror-like background and frosted, sharp details that make the design pop out like a 3D image. Every curve of George Washington's profile, every word on the coin, every feather on the eagle's wings, they shine with absolute clarity and precision. The 1995 Washington quarter, specifically, was only made for collectors as part of that year's U.S. Mint proof set. It was never intended for circulation. But here's the catch: not all proof coins are created equal. While thousands were made, only a tiny handful remain in perfect, untouched, flawless condition today. And those are the coins that are lighting up the auction world and blowing up the price charts. These quarters, when graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC and awarded the coveted PR70 Deep Cameo grade, the highest possible grade a coin can receive, can command shocking amounts of money. Why? Because they're nearly impossible to find in this pristine state. Most proof coins, even when kept in their original cases, develop small imperfections over time: hairlines, spots, clouding. But the perfect ones? Those are the unicorns. And this is where things get seriously exciting. Imagine a single 1995 Washington quarter fetching $75,000 at auction. That's not fiction. That's real. One tiny coin, originally sold as part of a modest collector's set, turned into $75,000 of cold, hard cash. Other examples have sold for $10,000, $35,000, even $48,000, depending on the demand, grade, and quality of the strike. Even if your coin isn't a perfect PR70, there's still a lot of money to be made. A 1995 quarter graded PR69 Deep Cameo can still bring in $2,700 or more. That's a massive return on something many people ignore or toss into a box without a second thought. So what should you be looking for? First, make sure your quarter has the S Mint mark, meaning it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. Then, examine the surface. Does it have that deep, glossy mirror finish in the fields with frosty, white contrast on the devices? Is the strike crisp? Are there no scratches, no milk spots, no dullness? That could be a winner. But don't guess, get it graded. A professional opinion can turn a simple collector's piece into a high-value treasure. Right now, the coin market is booming. More people are turning to rare coins as investments, and these high-grade proof coins are in high demand. Prices are climbing, auctions are heating up, and every year fewer of these flawless coins remain available. Once collectors lock them away, they may not surface again for decades. That makes the few that are still on the market worth even more. So don't wait. Go through your coin sets, especially your 1995 U.S. Mint proof set. Take a good look at that quarter. You might just be sitting on a hidden gem that's worth more than you ever imagined. A coin that could bring in $2,700, $10,000, or even as much as $75,000. Think about that. A simple 25-cent coin, the size of a bottle cap, with the power to bring you the kind of money people dream about. It's not a fantasy, it's a real opportunity, and it's sitting in plain sight for those who know what to look for. So check your proof sets, protect your coins, and if you find a flawless 1995 Washington quarter, congratulations. You may have just discovered a life-changing treasure. Top 5. Have you ever held a coin that could secretly be worth thousands of dollars and not even know it? Imagine this, a simple 1986 Washington quarter dollar, not just any quarter, but one pulled from a special proof set, sitting quietly in a drawer, or maybe even tossed in with your loose change. But what if I told you that very same coin could be worth as much as $77,000? Sounds crazy, right? But it's 100% true. You better stop and check your collection right now, because the 1986 Washington quarter from a proof set might just change your life. Now let's dive into why this specific coin, minted almost 4 decades ago, is capturing the attention of serious collectors, auction houses, and treasure hunters all across the country. This isn't just about a quarter, it's about history, rarity, and the chance to uncover a hidden fortune. The 1986 Washington quarter was produced at the San Francisco Mint specifically for proof sets, meaning these coins were never intended for general circulation. They were struck using specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details. These coins weren't meant to be spent, they were made for collectors. But here's the catch. Some of these coins possess characteristics that make them extremely rare and insanely valuable. We're talking about flawless strikes, perfect deep cameo contrast, and coins that grade at the highest levels on the Sheldon scale, specifically PR70 DCM. That's as perfect as a coin can get. And when one of these coins surfaces in such pristine condition, the value skyrockets. And there's another twist. Some of these coins have errors or varieties, like double dies, off-center strikes, or ultra-rare minting anomalies that make them even more desirable. Collectors are constantly on the hunt for these rare variations, and when they find them, the bidding wars begin. These aren't just coins. They're tiny pieces of art, frozen in time, telling stories from the past and carrying the potential to make someone rich. The demand for these proof coins, especially ones graded by top-tier grading companies like PCGS and NGC, is through the roof. Every collector wants that perfect gem, and they're willing to pay big money to get it. You might be wondering, how much can one single 1986 proof quarter actually sell for? Well, hold on to your seat, because some of these proof set coins, in perfect condition and with the right features, have sold at auction for jaw-dropping amounts. We're talking values starting at $2,700 and going all the way up to an astonishing $77,000. That's right, $77,000 for a single quarter that someone else might overlook. So next time you see a 1986 Washington quarter, don't treat it like spare change. Check the mint mark. Look at the condition. See if it might be from a proof set. You just might be holding the key to a fortune in the palm of your hand. Make sure to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and leave a comment if you've ever come across a valuable proof coin. You never know who might have that rare gem hiding in their collection. Keep hunting, and happy collecting!